this he will also reap. John Piper has it's a wonderful sermon on a part of Galatians, and this is what he writes. He says that the worst enemy of enthusiasm, you guys ever been excited about something? If you've ever been passionate about something like that, Piper says the worst enemy of enthusiasm is time. Human beings have a remarkable and sad capacity for getting tired of wonderful things. Isn't it amazing? Toys that delight. Kids don't want them. They'll want something new, right? Give me something new. Those are old toys. When's my birthday? It's coming up soon, I hope. The worst enemy of enthusiasm is time. Human beings have a remarkable and sad capacity for getting tired of wonderful, how wonderful our town is. We forget how, you take a vacation to the mountains. You know, people live in the mountains. They don't care about that stuff. Why? Because they've been there. They're numb to it. I'm going to read the passage again. Don't be deceived. Whatever a man sows, he will also reap. Whatever man sows, he will also reap. In the same context of the passage of Galatians chapter 6, I'm going to read you verse 9. We find these words. Don't let us lose heart in doing good, for in due time, don't be deceived, what you sow, you will reap. What does this mean? This is like a farmer picture here of me planting something. And if I plant an apple seed, what's going to grow up? An apple tree. We did this a couple months ago, I think. And we said if I plant an orange seed, I'm not going to... And the context where the passage is going is if we sow spiritual things, we will reap spiritual things. If we sow spiritual things, we will reap spiritual things. Does it always seem like it? Last night, I didn't fold bulletins. Maybe it was 1 o'clock in the morning. I was fortunate enough to find some trash at the back door. That's not Jodine's fault. I was going to take the trash. I assume it was cold, whatever. Listen, I don't know what was in there. She had left a booby trap for me. Some sort of cold liquid that had spoiled. I have no clue what it was. Phil just pictured like Jodine, I'll get him. That's clearly not what she was doing. It's midnight. And I had not printed and folded bulletins. I took this trash out, and this hole, it sprung this perfect leak. And it's like one of those things, and my shoes, I don't know if it's rancid milk. I don't know what it is. She got me good, though. Listen, I'll speak for a moment to anyone involved, kids, I don't know who I'm forgetting, custodians. Ministry is a thankless job many times. Not for me. I get dinners. You guys gave me a card a couple weeks ago, Jelly of the Month Club, like for a whole year. Wonderful blessing. It's a joke. You don't know National Lampoons. You should get a bigger laugh. It was really good, but maybe later. I get some thank yous and I get some encouragement. I get more than anybody else. It takes a long time to grow an apple tree. It takes even longer to get fruit off it. We don't always, so we think, get to reap what we sow. We sow and we sow and we sow and we sow, and it gets frustrating. It's lonely. We lose our enthusiasm. Don't be deceived. It's worth it. It is so worth it. The context of Galatians 6 is literally about supporting ministers, supporting the ministry. This is a great time to say, giving to the church. You sow into giving to the church, you will reap benefits. You sow into spiritual things. You start investing in spiritual things, you will reap spiritual benefits. Your shoes might get filled with rancid milk occasionally. It might. The context of the passage, don't be deceived. Don't be deceived. The context of the passage is thank those that are in ministry. Think my wife and I. Casey, where's Casey? Casey in the nursery? Tell her, listen, my wife and I were talking this week about how my little Clara Bear, how much she's, I don't even know if we've thanked her. We talk about her here at night. Talk about Casey. Casey's raising Clara up to godliness. She doesn't get paid for what she does. She doesn't get thanked for what she does. Oh, but it's such a valuable ministry. Don't be deceived. What you do, you're crazy important. It's crazy important. J. Patrick, an author, talks about balance in life. Think of this as investing in spiritual things. In his book, The Art of Neighboring, he writes this: to help you identify imbalance in your life, You need to be aware of what are you reaping, or things of the world. J. Patrick says this, to help you identify and balance in your life, you need to be aware of what we believe are, what he says are 3 harmful lies at work in the lives of hurried people just like us. Lies that seem so harmless, but if we leave them unchecked, it can wreak havoc on our lives. Here's one lie that'll help you, hopefully, sow spiritual things. The lie is that things will someday slow down. Things will slow down when you die or when you decide to change. It will slow down. Your kids get older. They might move out. They'll get married. They'll have needs. You'll have grandkids, whatever. Life does not slow down. It doesn't. We must change our schedules to invest in spiritual things now. Not next year, not when we get the house. That's lie number 1. 2 is that more will be enough. We think that, okay, I'm going to start investing in those sorts of things as soon as I add on, as soon as I get to do it, then I'm going to pursue these sorts of things. Listen, more is never enough. As soon as that happens, you're going to need something. When you purchase what you want, this is what J. Patrick writes, as soon as we purchase what we want, there's always something shinier, newer, and more alluring right around the corner. And the last lie that we believe in regards to sowing is that everybody lives like. Quote, that our way of living is simply a way of life in our culture. The truth is not everyone lives like that. And you don't have to. You don't have to live that way. Healthy people do exist. Healthy people exist. So let's sow spiritual things. Thank your teachers. Thank your Sunday school teachers. Thank your volunteers, your youth workers, your Kids Quest folks. Don't be deceived. You will reap what you sow. I promise you. I promise you. Just like